Hey, it's Nathan Williams with Crazy Marketing. In this video, I'm going to talk about creating a Facebook Messenger lead ad. So that's a mouthful right there, but basically there are two types of Facebook Messenger ads. The first one is for conversations. So somebody would click on the ad and it started a conversation with your Facebook business page. And I have another video on that. So if that's what you want to do, is start a conversation with people, go watch that video. Now, a Facebook Messenger lead ad, on the other hand, is more like a bot type of thing. So somebody clicks on your ad, it pops up, and it starts asking them questions, and they have to answer those questions to kind of like pre-qualify themselves before they start talking to you. So it's a little bit more bot-like. Now, it's not as complex as like a ManyChat bot, if you're familiar with ManyChat at all, but it is next level up from just conversations. Conversations, very simple. They click an ad, talk to you. A lead messenger ad, they have to answer questions, and there's a little bit more automated interactivity before you start talking to people. So also, I forgot to mention that you can download this lead information. So when somebody goes through and answer these questions, like Facebook will capture that information and you can download it as a CSV file. Also, you're able to automatically push it from Facebook into a CRM solution. So if you have like ActiveCampaign or Google Sheets or something like that, you could go ahead and have Facebook automatically push this lead information to that other platform. So pretty cool stuff. Back to the video. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and set that up. And again, I recommend watching the other video too, just so you can see messenger ads from both sides. But let's go ahead. We're in Facebook Ads Manager. Go ahead and hit create. And I'm currently in the guided creation mode. So if you're not in guided creation and you want to follow along with the screen that looks like mine, you should see a switch to guided creation button. Click that button and now you should be on a screen that looks like mine here. What we need to do now is go into messages as our campaign objective, because this is the only way to set up a Facebook Messenger lead ad, is to select the messages campaign objective. Then we can come down here, you can go ahead and name it. You can do A/B testing or CBO. I have links in the description down below if you're interested in that. Not important for this video. Destination, so clicks to Messenger is our goal or objective. And then we get into selecting your audience, and I have another video on targeting, so if you need help with your audience and targeting and all that type of stuff, check out that video, link in the description down below. I'm trying to get to the Messenger part that's unique to the Facebook Messenger lead ads, so I'm going really fast to this part, but I have lots of videos and trainings on these other elements for your ads, so if you need help with that, again, link in the description down below. I'm going to come on down here and just go into continue now. And now we're able to go ahead and start creating our ads. So there's two different formats, carousel or single image or video. I'm just going to go with single image or video. Go ahead and add an image real quick just for the sake of example. We'll select this one right here. This looks good. And continue. All right, coming on down here, and there's primary text. And then we have our headline, and right now it's chat in Messenger, and of course you can go ahead and change that. You can change your description if you want to. So again, I have a video on creating ads and all that stuff. That's not what's important for this video, but we kind of have to set one up in order to get to the next step. There is this option here though that's unique to Messenger ads. So send people to chat with another page. So if you turn this feature on, like when somebody clicks on this send message button, they're actually going to message the page that you select right here. So you can advertise from one page, like I'm advertising from Crazy Marketing right here, but if somebody clicks send message, they'll actually message the 3-step sites page. And so the only time I've really seen people do this is if they have like a main brand account, and then they'll use the main brand account down here, and then they might advertise from a sub-brand account. And the reason you might want to set that up is so that way people are only messaging one Facebook business page instead of like a whole bunch of Facebook business pages, and you have to manage all these pages. So if you have like a main brand account and a bunch of sub accounts, selecting this option might be good, or you might have another reason to select this option, in which case that's perfectly fine as well. You can of course activate it if it's relevant to you. I'm going to go ahead and turn it off for this example. You can also change your call to action button, but send message is most likely the one you want to use because you're doing Messenger ads and send message is what's relevant, right? All right, so now we come on down here to message template, and this is the key focus of this video, is this little portion right here. So we have two different options, so start conversations and generate leads, right? So in my other video, I talked about conversations, and in this video, we're gonna talk about generating leads. And so it gives us a description of what this means. So ask questions with automated chat, chat with qualified leads, reach people most likely to complete your questions. And you can click learn more to learn even more about what generate leads means. So I can link to that in the description below if you want to go ahead and read that. But we'll go ahead and create for now. And now we get into setting this thing up. So the first thing we do is our intro. So welcome people to the conversation and introduce the questions you'll ask. So we can select a different format. So we have text only, or text and image, or text and video. So, those are pretty self-explanatory options. And we have a little preview of what our messenger bot will look like over here. So we can, get an idea of what it looks like. Just for the sake of example, I'll go ahead and do text and image. And you can go ahead and select an image. I'll select this image right here and hit continue. And so now you can see, what this looks like. You could also change the personalization tag if you want to. So I just deleted out the first name. You can click this little plus option and add first name or last name or full name if you want to. So, pretty self-explanatory stuff. You could insert emojis as well. So if you want to go ahead and add an emoji, you can do that. Now we get into the questions, which this part is unique to the lead ads compared to the conversation ads. So you can't really ask questions with the conversation ads, but you can with the lead ads. So this way you can go ahead and qualify individuals. So right here we set our questions. So ask a sequence of questions to help qualify your leads. So obviously there's a bunch of different questions you could go ahead and ask. For example, city, like what city do you live in? We could also click down here and select a whole bunch of different options. So we have pre-filled questions and then custom questions. So obviously the pre-filled questions are pre-filled with the contact information that the person has associated with their Facebook account, right? So like phone number, email address, job title, company name, gender, etc. So of course, collect the information that's relevant to help you qualify your lead. And so I might go ahead and add in an email address. So what is your email address? And just for the sake of example, I'll go ahead and throw in job title as well. So when somebody engages with my ad, it'll welcome them with this message and this cool little image here. And then I'll be like, what city do you live in? They'll reply with whatever city it is. And then I'll ask them the next question. So what's your email address? They enter their email address and it says, what's your job title? And they'll go ahead and enter their job title. And then we could go ahead and add some custom questions as well. So we got short answer or option. So we'll check out both of these real quick. So for a short answer question type, you just go ahead and ask the questions. So for example, do you like Facebook ads? And they could go ahead and enter their answer right here. And then we could add another question that gives them options. And I need to scroll up just a tad. So here I can go ahead and ask my question. And then there's answer validation. So this basically checks to see if this looks like a real answer instead of them just typing random crap in your Facebook Messenger. Then we have format, so you can select the different format for your questions and how you want to go ahead and ask them. So you can do carousel, so basically they see an image and they can tap on that image, or you could go ahead and do text. I'll just do text for this particular example. So we'll say orange and white. And obviously this is not a good question, but I think you get the idea. We can go ahead and add a little bit of a workflow as well. So if they select this answer, well then what do we want to go ahead and do with them? So we could go ahead and disqualify them, or we could complete the entire survey. So we'll say orange is completion, and I'll go ahead and set white for disqualification, and I'll go ahead and another option real quick, and we'll do blue. And we won't have it go anywhere. It won't go to completion or disqualification. They'll just go on to the next question. So let's do one more question. And I'll go ahead and do gender just for the sake of example. So if they answer blue, they'll be asked the gender question. So we'll come on down here. Now we can go ahead and set up a reminder. So send an automated message to people who haven't finished your questions within 24 hours. So this is kind of handy, like somebody starts talking to you or filling out these survey questions and they get distracted by something, their kid walks in and they forget that they're filling this out. Well, Facebook will go ahead and remind them to go ahead and finish answering these questions. So that's a little handy reminder. And so you can go ahead and customize what that reminder says right there. So pretty self-explanatory. Then we get into completion message. So thank people for answering them and let them know what happens next. You can find your new lead in Ads Manager, your page publishing tool, or your CRM. And we can go ahead and select the format of that message. So we can do, text only, text and image, text and video. So same concept as up above. You go ahead and customize your text right here. Now, if your Facebook page is connected to ManyChat or some other bot program, you could go ahead and flip this switch and basically pass this lead over to ManyChat or another messaging bot. So that's pretty cool right there if you have that set up. Coming on down here, we have disqualification message now. So thanks for your interest, but it doesn't look like we're a good fit at this time. So again, if they selected, white up here, they'd automatically skip to disqualification. So they'd see this message right here. And then you do have to go ahead and link to your privacy policy. So I'm going to do that real quick. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit save and finish right here. And then you can come on down to tracking. So I recommend turning on tracking just in case somebody comes over to your website. You can kind of track, how they get over there and all that type of stuff. So if you have a pixel set up, go ahead and do that. And then you go ahead and confirm and publish your ad. So I'll do that real quick so that way we can kind of check it out and see where these leads wind up. And so here's my campaign. I'm going to go ahead and click into it real quick. Click into my ad set, and then I'm going to go ahead and click on edit here to pop open my ad. And what we want to go ahead and do is come up to these three dots in the top right hand corner, come to more options, and we see an option right here for download leads data. So if we click this option, we see that we could go ahead and download our leads that have been generated by this ad. And you could go ahead and select a date range here if you want to, and you could just go ahead and download it, and then you could go ahead and reach out to those leads or upload them somewhere if you want to. Alternatively, you could go ahead and connect to your CRM. So connect to a CRM to access your leads instantly, making it easier for you to contact potential customers quickly. So if you click this button right here, or this link right here, and now we can go ahead and integrate with the CRM solution right here, and there's learn more options. So there's instructions all along the way, but I'll kind of go quickly through here so you can kind of see this process. So connect to a CRM now to start seeing your leads in real time. So select your CRM solution. I use ActiveCampaign. ActiveCampaign works through Zapier. Now I don't know if all the tools work through Zapier, but if yours does, then this will be helpful. If not, hopefully you can figure out how to do the configuration. They make it pretty simple. So here we go. Facebook lead ads account is this one right here. The page that it's watching is this one right here. It automatically selected it for me. I can go ahead and connect to my appropriate ActiveCampaign account. And then I could just go ahead and turn on Zap, and it'll start pushing the leads into my CRM solution. But more than likely you want to go into advanced mode and select some different options here. So let's come over here real quick. And now we're in Zapier, and we can go ahead and test things out. So let's come into here and continue, and I'm going to go ahead and refresh it. And I want to go ahead and select the appropriate form, which is my messenger form that I set up right here. And then I want to go ahead and hit continue, and I'll go ahead and test my trigger. And we can see right here that it pulled in all that type of information that I asked in my survey. So what city do you live in? What's your email address? What's your job title? Do you like Facebook ads? What's your favorite color? What is your gender? And so on. So all the information that I asked in my Facebook Messenger bot question series, right? So all that information, and then I can go ahead and push that information into ActiveCampaign if I want to. And so I want to create or update a contact, so I'll hit continue now, and then make sure the same ActiveCampaign account is selected. And then I can come in here and I can make sure all that my information is brought up. So I have my email address, so I can locate the email address. So where is that? There we go. What is your email address? And then I could go ahead and do my first name. And then I can go ahead and do last name. And then if I have phone number, I could go ahead and throw the phone number in there. Oh, I did not collect phone number, so I can't do that. Organization names, so maybe I'll throw in their job title or something like that, and so on. So you could set up your custom fields inside of ActiveCampaign, and then you could go ahead and add those particular values into ActiveCampaign. This isn't a course on ActiveCampaign. I bet most people aren't using ActiveCampaign, but hopefully in seeing this quick demonstration, you can kind of see how you can use Zapier to push your information into a CRM solution. I could go ahead and test it, or I can scroll up a little bit and do skip test, which I'm going to do now. And then I can go ahead and turn this on. And so now when somebody fills out my Facebook Messenger lead ad, their information is going to be automatically pushed into my CRM solution, which is ActiveCampaign. And it's a pretty seamless process at this point. Or of course, I could go ahead and download the CSV file of my leads if I want to. Or you can change this program here, so you can push it to like Google Sheets or something like that if that would be more helpful to you. So anyway, I know we covered a lot in this video. Hopefully you found it helpful. If you do have questions though, please don't hesitate to ask them down below. Here to help you out. If you did find this video helpful, I appreciate any sorts of likes, comments, subscribes, anything like that. And I hope you have a great rest of the day.